Okay, where was I? In the last video, I crossed the worst rated land border in Southeast Asia, from Cambodia to Laos. And my first stop is Don Dat, an interesting area that has 4,000 islands. Wow. Also dubbed the backpacker's heaven, home to the widest waterfall in the world. But before we go into that, to give an overview, this is the start of my journey across Laos by land, which I was excited about because I've always been curious about what Laos was like since I don't see it in mainstream media. So strap in for the ride as I take you along. Alright, back to you, Shamin, at the scene.
So today is my first morning in Laos, and I'm off to a great start because I had amazing sleep. But I kind of have a couple of things to settle, like getting my bus ticket to the next city and just figuring my way around here because they don't have ride-hailing.
Okay, but to be fair, I'll later learn that ride-hailing ain't really a thing in most parts of the country.
And I also need to stock up on my necessities like shampoo, soap, because I've run out of them and they don't have it here. We're currently on an island, and I think what I'm gonna do today is also walk around the peripheral, and there's a bridge connecting it to another island, so I don't know, maybe I'll just go around and see what views I can get. Now of course, I can't wait to have breakfast. I really like the menus here. They have like a huge variety of things and they have 5 pages worth of desserts.
This was so overly sweet, I couldn't finish it. It was pretty good for the first 5 bites. Didn't think it was possible, but the coffee was sweeter. Here I'm just getting my toiletry refills and my bus ticket to the next city. With a population size of 400 people, the streets were pretty empty and quiet except for all the animals I saw due to agricultural living. Houses are built of wood on stilts to adjust for the changing sea levels. It's currently wet season, so most of the islands are submerged. Given how laid back this town is, it's no surprise that this is our mode of transport. Passed by the only school in Don Dat. Hydrated with some coconut juice at a local eatery overlooking a historic bridge built by the French. Honestly, I didn't look too much into the significance of it, but it was cute. I had to whip out my umbrella because I was getting burnt.
I was just like sticking out here waiting for somebody to cross the bridge to get my shot.
And a little curious girl approached me. I showed her the shot I took of her and she called her friends over. They somehow noticed my broken umbrella and got to work immediately. They picked up scraps from the ground and managed to fix what I thought was irreparable. They even went over the bridge for me. I then headed to one of the waterfalls, but they sealed off all the viewing points due to flooding. The area also seemed to be abandoned, probably due to COVID. I decided to go past this sealed entrance to get a better view. I can imagine this place looking impressive at its peak, probably something like this. Truly wet season because I got caught in the rain. Caught in the rain! The rain was too heavy though, I still got drenched from head to toe.
Soaked.
But the show must go on because I haven't had dinner yet. I chanced upon an authentic German restaurant on Google which got me intrigued, so I had to visit it.
And they sell my favorite German dish over there, currywurst. Wow, look at the view.
When I arrived, it didn't seem like they were open. But a German dude came out to greet me and started opening shop. Anyway, he was super hospitable. We chatted and I found out that he was involuntarily stuck here during COVID, so he made the most of his time here opening a restaurant, and eventually decided to stay because he enjoyed the way of life here. But I regretted not asking how he imports his sausages, especially to such a rural and remote area, because it tasted so much like the real deal. Moral of the story, where there's a will, there's a way. As much as I enjoyed this sleepy town, it's time to head to the next town, ending off with a typical Laotian house tour. That is also my breakfast spot with a view. I had a hearty meal to prepare for the 4 hours long journey ahead. And also coffee at a reggae-inspired place. Culture truly has no borders. Next on the list is Pakse, where I had initially planned to do a 3-day road trip called the Pakse Loop, known for its scenic waterfalls, and hitting the next town for the 4-day Takik Loop, famous for its majestic caves. That was the plan, but in reality the journey there took longer than expected, which meant I had no time to do both and forgo one instead.
So I'm now in Pakse and I'm feeling a bit tired because I think my period is coming.
Which made it easier to give the waterfalls loop a miss because I wasn't in the mood to get wet, maybe even a little dirty, which kind of defeats the purpose of the loop. So with a heavy heart, I spent the extra few days resting and recharging for the next bike loop. Also spent time editing in cafes and partying in my almost empty hostel, because aside from the loop, there isn't much to do in this border town. I feel like people who come here, they are mainly here for the waterfalls. The hostel staff was telling me that today is Buddha Day, so like the streets are more empty than usual because everybody went to the temple to pray. And apparently it's quite an important occasion for them. So yeah, the streets are already wiped out, empty. Very few places are open too. I don't know why my hostel is always located to something burning. Let's go check out what they're burning. Oh my god, they're burning food! Just kidding, it wasn't that bad. I chanced upon a mall and even did some shopping. I was on a serious hunt for a windbreaker and found a decent one for less than 5 USD. What a steal! But by the second day, FOMO set in. I was less than an hour away from the tallest waterfall in Laos, so I decided to make a trip down just for it the next morning. But by a stroke of luck, somebody checked in that night and he planned to do the same thing. And guess what? He offered me a ride! I was also happy to make a friend from Thailand, and he actually vlogs too. Fane Waterfall plummets over 120 meters into the jungle canopy. You can even zip line 300 meters high above the waterfall, which I didn't budget for, so my new friend went on my behalf. He even agreed to bring us along for the ride, so I gave him a mini camera tutorial. And we are ready! Damn, watching this I realized he's so skilled at vlogging, he even climbed with one hand. That's true dedication. And then there's me struggling with the focus. I treated him to lunch after to thank him, and we chatted about our travels. I asked him what brought him here, and this was his reply. Even though things didn't go as planned, and I probably missed out on a lot of beautiful sights, I still had a really meaningful experience. That's the thing with traveling, right? Where all that matters is the journey. See you in the next vlog where I finally go on that road trip in Takik.